Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. Welcome to Sportsbook. Betting insight today from SBRpicks.com early in the morning here in Las Vegas. Let's get right into it. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Last night, limited card in college hoops, but certainly plenty of stuff to talk about. Bad bets. How about Boston College? The Eagles took a ton of money last night, plus 8 down to +5 at NC State. They were never in the game. They lost by 16, 82-66. I was really surprised to see the markets push Boston College. They don't have a lot of depth. They're wearing down, and they were on short rest. Wolfpack, they're not just in the big dance now. They're actually moving up in the seeding charts. Bad bet on BC. Another bad bet from last night, Arkansas took a ton of money against Kentucky. The Hogs bet from -4 up to -5.5. Not so good. The Wildcats win just when the markets thought Kentucky was ready to fall into the NIT. Back-to-back strong wins. They fell down 11-0 early, then rolled, 87-61 the rest of the way. Kentucky defense dominated the second half. Wildcats, they have the talent if they start to execute. Certainly all the Arkansas money last night was wrong. Couple of bad results for the house last night. Certainly the Butler game wasn't good for bookmakers here in Las Vegas or offshore. Butler bet -4.5 up to -6 against Creighton. Yeah, they won by 23. Senior night, we talked about it, brought a whole lot of emotion for Butler. We told you right here on Sportsbit yesterday about that Creighton defense. Butler lit it up. Creighton couldn't get stops. Bad result for the house. Another bad result for the house was the West Virginia money yesterday. The Mountaineers +1 at the open. They closed -1.5, even -2 in a couple of spots. Wire-to-wire job for Bob Huggins' squad. 71-60 final score. The game wasn't that close. You know, how did West Virginia respond to that frustrating loss against Kansas? real well. They jumped out 40-18 by halftime. Coasted. Baylor took 58 shots last night. 13 of them were blocked. West Virginia brought it on the defensive end of the court. Bad for books? Well, certainly the Ole Miss Missouri game wasn't good for the house last night. The Rebels, +9.5, bet down to +7.5. End up winning the game in overtime in outright fashion, 90-87. This was not good for my pocket. The Rebels had their best energy in weeks, played without Andy Kennedy. Defense came up with 13 steals. The offense only had 11 turnovers. Very, very rare for a team to have more steals than turnovers. Even with all of that, if Missouri could hit a shot, they could have covered in regulation, and they could have won in OT. But Ole Miss gets the money. Ole Miss took the money. Not a good result for the books. One more to talk about. Eastern Michigan bet up from pick to -2.5 against Toledo. The Eagles shot 56% from the floor, only had 6 turnovers. They won the game by 6. Bettors got that one right. I got to talk about scramble points for just a second. There were 53 points scored in the final 3 minutes and 20 seconds of a game last night. New Mexico against Wyoming. Lobos and the Cowboys. Sometimes there are a little bit of scramble points. Sometimes you can get 53 points scored in 3.5 minutes. Less than 3.5 minutes. Bizarre finish for the Cowboys and the Lobos. I want to talk about legalization a little bit more, because it was a great read yesterday, really good read by Brett Smiley from sporthandle.com. Not someone who I know, but someone who I'm interested in because I read his stuff. Really thorough, what I like about it. And the thing that Brett Smiley broke yesterday was the actual document that the NBA and MLB have been pushing around to the various states. Remember, what we have going on right now is the Supreme Court decision is coming, and various states have already started to create legislation, assuming that it's going to the Supreme Court's going to rule in sports betting's favor. So you have New York, you have Illinois, you have Iowa, on and on down the road. All of these states are starting to put together what sports betting legislation looks like. Lo and behold, guess what? This guy uncovered the fact that the leagues, and this isn't unusual, but he uncovered that the leagues have put together, this is what we want in all the legislation. They're going around state to state to do it. They want the 1% integrity fee. 20% of sportsbook operator revenue is what they're looking for, obviously, but that's a 1% integrity fee. These identical language across multiple bills in multiple states. I don't mind the concept here. What I mind is the execution. Let me make this very clear. Bad legalization is worse than no legalization. And to see a hodgepodge of rules and the league starting to stick their little paws in, trying to take some of the money that should be ours, this isn't good. I don't like the way this is looking here in February. It looks to me like a giant cash grab from the leagues out of the pockets of bettors. That's definitely a concern. Big game breakdown. Not one, not two. I got 3 of them coming up next. Plus, NBA Western Conference second half preview. You got it right here on Sportsbook. Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.